welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the 30-day challenge. Today I have a really fun inner leg strengthening class. For women especially, the inner leg tends to be very weak and it causes a lot of issues with our knees. And so this is actually like a really important thing for us to work on. I know for me it's something that I need to do more, but often tend to go for the poses that are a little bit more easier for me, that work with my strengths in my outer leg instead of focusing on my inner leg. So with that being said, if you have a ball, it'd be really nice. I think it would make the exercise a little bit more productive, but you don't need it. If you have a block or anything that is about this high, about the height of a book, will work as well, or even like a couple of pillows, some rolled up towels. We just want something that we can use to press into. We're going to use these really to activate our inner leg because especially if you have strong outer legs, it's really hard to access the inner leg. It gets overshadowed. Immediately you default to using the muscles in the outer leg, at least I do. So we're gonna focus on the inner edge of the foot and the inside of the leg. So go ahead and grab your props, and when you're ready, we'll get started on our side. So we'll start laying on the right side. I'm gonna go ahead and have my ball close. If you have both, you can also grab both. But just have it close by. We're not gonna start with it. Bring your right elbow to the floor. The left foot will cross in front. The foot's flat to the ground. And then make sure that you're really on that right hip bone. So much so that you really feel the wavering forward and backward. You want to feel this cantilever effect, right? So you're really holding on here in the right side of the rib cage. You're not dumping down into the shoulder, but you're really active here, almost as if you were in a plank. And then reach that right leg up and lower it down. Lift it up and down, up and down, up and down. 2 more times. Lift it up and down. Last time, lift up and hold. Reach out through the heel. Reach out more through the inside edge of the foot. So if your foot is sickling like this, really press through that inner arch. Yeah, you'll feel it. I am already starting to shake. And then give me little pulses up, 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 up. Couple more times. Hold it up. Can you lift it a little bit higher? And then lower it down. Ooh. So already we should feel our inner legs on fire. Flex the feet, and this is a great place where if you have that ball, to go ahead and grab the ball. Place it between the ankles. So now we're keeping our legs at about hip distance apart. Go ahead and squeeze into the ball. If you have a block, you'll have a little bit more stability. The ball is an extra level of difficulty because it rolls back and forth, and you really have to activate through the inner thighs to keep it from just flying out behind you, right? Stay lifted in that right side and see if you can squeeze the ball and lift up. You won't lift very high probably, and just hold and squeeze. Keep squeezing and then roll the feet so the right foot comes forward, and then switch, and then switch. If you have the block, just keep squeezing and holding. My left toes want to turn up towards the ceiling. Make sure that they're facing forward. Last time. Ooh, squeeze, pull it up a little bit more. Wow. And then lower down. So keep the left ankle on the block or ball. And you can bend the right knee so that the knees are in line. You'll have a little bit more lift here. Come all the way down onto that right elbow. You can cradle the head in your hand. Left toes are pointing forward, and I just want you to push down, 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 down. Keep going, down. Navel pulls in. And when we work these inner leg muscles, we also get some sneaky core work in. 2 more. Last one, and hold. Press down as much as you can. One more deep breath in. Ooh, and release. Nice. We're going to move to the other side now. So, this side already got a lot of work in on the first side. So, maybe you won't, but you might tire more rapidly on this side, and that's okay. Flex the left foot, bring the right foot around in front. And we'll start just with those lifts. So make sure that you're lifting up and out of the left side as if you were in a side plank, pressing firmly through the left elbow, and then lift the left leg up and down. Up and down. Lift up and down. 3 more. Up and down. Up and down. Lift up and down. Last one. Lift up. Hold it up there. Reach out through the inside edge of that right foot. Make sure the ankle isn't sickling like this. Strong foot, reaching out through the inner arch. Lifting up with the chest. And then we'll do those little pulses. Up, 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 up. Ooh, getting the work in today, for sure. Up, 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 up. Up and hold. Squeeze, breathe, a little bit higher, and lower down. Okay. Ball between the ankles, ball or block. Squeeze. Squeeze really firmly through both feet. Both toes are pointing forward. You're still pressing out through the inner arch. Stay lifted. And then, when you're ready, squeeze the ball and lift the legs up. Ooh. Already the side feels much more difficult. And then you'll start to move the feet a little bit forward. So rolling that ball across the ankles, pulling the abs in and up. Keep breathing. Last 2 times. Last one. Ooh. And release down. So you'll keep the ball under the right ankle. The left knee will bend so that the knees are in line. Your body should be in one long line. Go ahead and come down to the elbow, cradle the head in your hand, and you'll just press that right ankle down, down, down. couple more times. Press down and hold. Keep pressing. Press as much as you can. Again, the only difference between having the ball and the block here is the level of difficulty, because the ball will continue to shift. If you do have access to a ball, it's great for helping, again, those stabilizer muscles we use in balance. Go ahead and release. But again, a block will get the same thing done. You can keep the ball near you. I'm going to switch over to my block now. So when you're ready, you'll actually just come to stand at the front of the mat. So feet are hip distance apart. Go ahead and grab your block. Place your block or your ball between the upper thighs. I like the middle level, just because it gives me a little bit more to squeeze into, but if you want to do the smaller level, that's fine. Place it between the thighs. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And you're going to, from here, bend the knees, sit the hips low, come into your chair pose, and keep squeezing the block. And then notice that as you squeeze the block, you may feel like you want to roll to the outside edges of the foot. Roll to the inside edges as well. This will enhance that squeeze on the block. And then see if you can sit a little bit lower. From here, you can remove the block, but keep that squeeze on the leg. So now you've found it, don't lose it. Keep that squeeze, heel toe the feet a little bit closer together if they're wider than hip width. Keep that squeeze, keep that squeeze. Pull the left knee in and up into the chest. Press really strong through the inside of that right leg. Start to bend the left heel in towards the glute. Arms come down along the sides of the body or onto the hips. Send that left leg straight back. And then as slowly as you can, squeezing through those inner thighs, start to set the left foot all the way down to the mat. Ooh. Very nice. Keep squeezing through those inner legs, right? So you're still pressing a lot through that inner right arch, and that right knee is pulling towards center here. Left hip pulls forward. And you're going to bend that left knee, lower it down. Heart pulls forward, lift up, roll the shoulders onto the back. Keep pressing through that inner right foot. Lower the left knee a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Extend the leg. Look forward. Keep that right knee bent. You're going to, just for space, I'm going to adjust a little bit. You're going to look forward out past the right toes. Shift the weight forward into that right foot one more time. Inner thighs are hugging in. Belly is pulled in and up. You're coming forward with that left knee into the chest one more time. Cross the left knee over the right. Squeezing through the inner thighs. And then sit down low again. Very good. Slowly release the left foot all the way down so that you're crossed pinky toe to pinky toe, and then fold forward over the legs. I'm going to use my block here. you can keep the block in front, or you can start to walk it to the left side of the mat. Continue pressing through the inside edge of that right foot and pulling that right hip back. Very nice, very nice. Come back to center, uncross the left foot. Let yourself fold forward here over straight legs. And come up to stand with your block once again. This time, please do use the smaller side of the block. Place it between the knees this time. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Sit down low. So maybe you notice a little bit of a difference, squeezing between the knees and squeezing between the thighs. I feel it personally a little bit more in my core when I squeeze here, but teach their own, right? Keep squeezing. Find that press to the inside of the feet, the inner arch. And then once you've found it, you can remove the block. Keep that. Keep pressing through the inside edge of that left foot. In fact, amp it up. Press even further down, like you're trying to drive your foot through the floor. And then pull the right knee up. And bring the right foot in towards the right glute. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You'll send that right leg back. Squeezing through the inner leg lines up into the core with control coming into your lunge. Much smoother on this side for me. And then once you're there, you'll start to bend that right knee. My legs are already really tired here. But we'll burn this out and we'll have a really nice stretch. See if you can sink a little lower, a little lower. And then look forward. Once again, start to shift the weight into that left foot, pressing a lot through the inside edge of the foot. The right knee will come with you up into the chest. And you'll cross the right knee over the left. Squeeze through the inner thighs so that your foot's not going out to the side. They're both pointing down towards the mat, and then sit low. Oops. Inside of the foot, inside of the foot, inside of the foot. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ooh. Not very steady with balance today. It's the thing about balance, every day is different. And then release. Ooh. Ah. Sigh it out. Keep pressing through the inside edges of the feet here. Once again, I'll grab my block. Walk the block over to the right side of the mat this time. Pull the left hip back. Enjoy that nice stretch. And back to center, uncross the legs, fold forward over both legs. And make your way down to seated. So I'm going to give you two options here. The first one is to cross the right ankle over the left knee and pull the chest forward. If it's in your practice, you can start to come to a double pigeon. So the right ankle is stacked on top of the left knee. And then the knees and ankles, more or less, will come to be stacked. If there's a lot of space here, please bring a block here to protect your knees. Please keep your feet active as well. If this is just too much for you, you tried it, you don't like it today, or you don't like it ever, go back to the other one, it's fine. I just want to offer this one because it's something that I usually leave out of my practice because it's really challenging. Now walk the fingertips forward. You could stay lifted, or you can come down to the forearms. But it is, I think, the best way to counterbalance some of the work we did. So if it is accessible for you, I do recommend trying it today. But again, if it's not, safety is more important, and you'll get the same benefits with the other rows. So. Start to come back up. You can switch out the legs. Again, option to start with the left ankle crossed on the right knee. This is a great place to be. So if you're fine here, stay here. There's no need to do double pigeon. For my body today, double pigeon is what I need. And it is something, again, that I don't offer frequently in my classes, so I thought I would give it a go today. As you notice, this side's much tighter for me, so I will be using a block here just to give my knee some support. And then walk the hands forward, or stay seated as you need, coming down. And slowly come back up. And so the last thing we'll do, because this was a pretty intense practice for the legs, is come into supported shoulder stand, or also sometimes known as waterfall. You will bring your block down with you to the floor. And place the block under your hips at either of the two lower levels. I'm going to use the second highest today. It gives a little bit more traction for my low back, and I feel that I need that. You want the long side of the block, about where those two bony parts of the pelvis are, near the low back, just below the low back, in fact. And let the legs lift up. So, you'll know you're in the right place if this feels really easy. If it feels like you're working really hard, then adjust the block or lower the block. And let the legs relax here. They might be a little bit shaky, and that's okay. It happens when we work really hard and then we let the body relax. Sometimes we get an aftershock. when you're ready, let the knees come into the chest. Bring the feet down to the mat. Remove the block. Pull the knees into your chest. Make your way all the way up to seated. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself today, for allowing me to be a part of your practice, and I hope to join you on the mat really soon. Thanks so much.